CAJUN Toy Review Predator Edition.
Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to another CAJUN toy review. And today we're looking at the Mezco 112 Predator Jungle Hunter. And oh man, this is one that I'm extremely excited about. I've been on this Predator kick. We're about to do a big podcast about all the films and stuff like that, so my brain is just full of Predator knowledge. And yeah, this is one, man. I love the look of the Jungle Hunter. I love the NECA Jungle Hunter I reviewed already. So this is just a more badass version of that. Really awesome looking box art. I have the same poster like right behind here in the man cave. On the side we have a shot of the Predator unmasked, looking awesome. Got the 112 logo on there. And on this side we have the Predator with the biomask on. On the back we can see it comes with a ton of stuff. So we have the bone necklace, the plasma cannon. We actually have the medical kit, medical kit, plasma blast, plasma cannon. Let's see, 7 changeable hands. We have extended claws, short claws, a bloody skull, and I know the mouths are magnetic. It features light up bio helmet, 2 interchangeable mouthpieces. Let's see, features light up plasma cannon. So yeah, and you can recreate. Oh man, you can recreate one of my favorite shots from the film. So man, I don't know what else to say about this box besides I gotta open it. So let's check it out. Alright, so we have the Mezco Predator out of the box. I took the time to get all the little accessories, put those teeny tiny batteries inside them, had a chance to pose and play with them, check them out. And what is my impressions, opinions of this guy right now? Damn, this is a really nice figure. When you hold this figure, you feel like you got a collectible. When you open that packaging and you see everything is so meticulously placed in there and the way it's set up, you feel like you got a collectible. When you see the price tag, you know you bought a collectible. So is it worth it compared to the NECA? We're going to look at both of them side by side. I'll give you my opinion on it and stuff like that. But right now, man, this is a damn awesome figure, and I'm excited to talk about it. So let's get into it. Alright, so wow, looking at the accessories, there's a lot of stuff here to talk about. Try not to miss anything and try not to go on for too long talking about just this part, because you still got to talk about the figure. But man, where do we start? Let's start with this paper, which you definitely don't want to lose. This explains everything that you're going to need to do to this figure to get it set up, including setting up your trophies, the plasma cannon, all the way to assembling the batteries for your light up functions for your plasma cannon and for the head, how to open up, change out the blades, how to change out the mouth. So yeah, this is an important piece, so don't just throw this right out. It does show you also where the batteries are, which took me a minute. Let's see, start with the stand. So yeah, we got this really nice stand. It has the Predator logo on there. It does have the foot stand for the Predator. Both of his feet do have pegs on it, and they're kind of in the center, so it's kind of even balanced out a little better. But yeah, you can position him like that, or if you want, you can take this, and you can pop out the peg piece, and I think you do it from the bottom, or which way is the best to do it? Pop out this peg piece. I know people were having trouble with it. I usually don't, so let's see. I won't get it out on the first just try. I'm not going to fight with it for too much. Okay, so no. Anyway, this pops out. You put this arm piece in there, and then you can position the Predator in different positions you would like. You have a joint here, there. It's very similar to what you've seen with other McFarlane DC Multiverse arms. And of course, this goes on the waist. If you wanted the Predator in a kind of dynamic pose, I don't really think I will have him in that kind of pose. I'll definitely have him on the stand, probably standing there menacing with his blades and his mask on. But besides that, not really too much dynamic poses. Maybe the tree pose we see on the box. Then we get this, which is pretty cool. Mezco actually gives you your own baggie and has a little part where you can write on it what it is. So this is put the accessories in there. So yeah, put your Predator accessories in there and put it on the shelf or in storage or whatever you put your figures at. So those are all kind of nice little side accessories, extras for this figure. So actually, to the accessories that directly correspond into the figure. We got a bunch of different hands. So we have these two. Go through each one. So on the right we have this pointing hand, and this is definitely for opening up his wrist computer and beep booping that, turning that on. That's definitely the hand you're going to use for that. He's got this fisted hand. This will definitely be for if he's running at somebody to spear him, like Dylan or something with the blade. This is probably the hand you want to be behind that wrist blade. You have this kind of open hand, and normally I would say this would be for like your wrist blade or your smart disc, but this is the original Jungle Hunter, so none of that. So this open hand could be for slapping around Dutch, or grabbing Hawkins and dragging him into the woods. All right, and then for the other hand, we have some similar hands. We have this kind of, again, open hand. Fingers are slightly positioned differently, but this can also be for backhanding Dutch. We have this closed fisted hand. This almost looks like he's armed or something, but it's a fisted hand. This is good for punching Dylan or anyone else. We have this gripping hand, and definitely this is going to be a hand that you're going to want for your spine and such. It's even a little bit loose on there, but it is pretty pliable, flexible, so you can make it work, or you can use the next hand. And the next hand is tighter, much tighter, but again, he doesn't have anything to hold, so you can maneuver that a little bit, just get it around that vertebrae on that spine, and there we go. We're holding that Sub-Zero style. Looking good. So yeah, and moving directly to that, the skull and spine looks fantastic. Lots and lots of blood on there. The head does not rotate. I thought it did, but yeah, lots of blood on there. Definitely looking at Billy's head and skull right there as well, from one of the most brutal scenes in the film. But again, that's really, really cool. All right, and looking at some of these skulls, so we have these trophies. So we do have this spinal cord trophy. This one looks really crazy, and they kind of go in a certain way over the Predator. So this one goes over his back, so go over his head with no arm. Actually go over his wrist blade arm, come around like that, and that's going to kind of hang over his shoulder and his back, with the spinal cord kind of hanging back like that. All right, then we have this skull necklace bandolier. This one has several different types of skulls from different creatures on there, small creatures. Yeah, and this one will go across your other arm. So hit your wrist computer arm, come down, come over the neck, and then you get that one going across the shoulder like so. And lastly, we have this little skull necklace. This is one that's easily lost on the NECA figure. That one we just drop over the neck like so. And there we have all of your necklaces and skulls in place. Then you just pick your hands by choice. So we're going to slap you up with a fisted hand for a wrist blade action. Get that in there. Get a nice little click. And then for this hand, we'll get some grasping hands as well. Again, be sure to try to feel it click, because if not, you might not be all the way on there, and the last thing you want is a little Predator hand falling to the floor and getting lost. Alright, so we hand it up, move the body to the side, which I shouldn't even bother, because next thing we're going to look at is these wrist blades. So we have short wrist blades. Painted it really nice, very simple. And then we have these big extended wrist blades. Again, painted very nicely and grooved. So depending on which one you pick, oh man, I'm sorry guys, go to your right arm, look at the wrist, you'll see those slots on there. Picking which one you want, just kind of get it underneath there. It's easier to do with the hand off, but slide it in like so, or if you wanted the shorter blade, same way. Alright. right, so that's how the blades look on there. All right, so take a look at the medical pack that the Predator comes with. So yeah, this is a very unique accessories. We hadn't really seen this, I don't think, with the NECA Jungle Hunter. But yeah, this medical pack, the Predator does use this in the film. It has a little compartment that I already have pre-opened. This opens up like this. There's a little hinge on there. And that just drops open, and you can actually see all the different tools that the Predator uses to repair his injury when he's shot. When Mac unloads on the forest after Blaine is killed, and he clips the Predator, and we see the Predator in the tree. Actually, the first reveal of him working on himself, get some up close shots of his body. But yeah, this is the medical pack, and you don't really see where it comes out on the Predator in the movie, but it actually is a part of his back part. So yeah, if you would actually look at the plasma caster on his back, they have this kind of hump that comes out, and you can actually grab on this one for a certain reason. You can pull this piece out, and you can put the medical pack in there, which is where it would sit in the movie and in the continuities where it goes. City Hunter, I think it's a little lower than that, but there's a reason why we have two different ones for that. And transition to that is this is actually where your batteries go. So you can see the little contacts on there. I've already put the batteries in there, but you put it in so like this, and then this lifts off. It's kind of crazy. This actually comes up and off. So it actually comes off, breaks away two different ways. So this actually comes up and off of here. There we go. And there's a little switch on there. Flip that up. I'll flip that down. You can probably see it lighting up my hand. Oops. And there, and that sits in there like so. I think I got it right on. Yeah. Put that back on there. And you can see the blue plasma caster, plasma light on there. It is really bright. You can articulate this a bit. There is wires in there, very small wires, so very limited how much you put on there. And then we'll just immediately grab this effect right here. This ports into there like so. There, like so. And you get that really crazy plasma effect right there. Immediately you can see it does put some weight on the plasma caster itself, so you have to put it back a little bit. But that does look fantastic, and just like the other Predators, this does just port onto his shoulder. You can just catch the back piece right here and line it up like so. It's easier when the dreads are on there to hold it in place. There we go. Well, yeah, you can see. We'll get it on there with the heads back on there. But yeah, that's how the plasma caster works, and that's how the medical pack goes in there, like so. And just be wary that you don't leave it on. Of course, a plane's passing right now. That you don't leave it on while you're have it on display, because that will drain your batteries on those little batteries really quick, rather quick, like so. And yeah, there we go. It's very bright. Speaking of bright and light up effects, let's take a look at our heads now. So we do have two different heads with the Predator. We have this open, crazy unmasked head, and a lot of people have problems with this head. I don't hate it. I don't think it's perfect by far, but I don't think it's bad. Those eyes are really good. A little bit off color for the original Predator, but overall, I think this head sculpt is fantastic. Look at those open mandibles and those teeth. I think the eyes are fine. My issues, and I'm sorry for a little bit of noise, I wasn't super prepared. I was prepared, but not prepared enough. So you're having a little bit of noise, but I was somewhat prepared. You can see it color scheme wise with the original NECA Jungle Hunter. It's a lot lighter. It should be a darker black for the Jungle Hunter on those details, and it's just a lighter brown, and I don't understand that choice so much on there. It's a different paint look, and it's not bad, but the eye should be yellower, and that color should be black. Now, face wise, two different expressions, and this one will win for a lot of people and for me, because you have this option. So yeah, you grab the mandibles, just, oh, and there you go, take them off, super easy. And you grab this closed mandible, and you just magnetize it, clip on, line up the nose. Yeah, there we go, clip. And there you go, you have that predator face. So you have the closed mouth face before he roars or whatever and stuff like that. And this also looks really nice. So what do you guys think? Which head do you like better? Which version of the face do you like better? Closed mandibles or open mandibles? Most people are going to have him presented with the bio helmet. And I got to say, overall, I think the sculpt is good. These soft dreads, they're so soft. Hard to put in words, but yeah, compared to the other ones. And then lastly, let's look at this bio helmet, man. So it's a little dark, darker than it should be. It's closer to City Hunter in the color scheme, but scope wise and everything is classic Jungle Hunter. It looks really good. Again, super soft dreads, almost dropped there. Looks awesome on there, especially when you get into detail and you can see where the lenses are. You see the targeting computer on the side. Looks good, but again, could have been a little bit lighter. We can look at the NECA Jungle Hunter there, and you can see dark wise, it is much darker helmet. But where it shines, literally, and wins, is you can take this helmet just like the other one. Just like the other one, and it has a little pull compartment. Pull it apart like that, and it looks kind of strange, but there's a little switch here. You hit that, see that light up, obviously, and then click back on there. And there you have that light up targeting computer with the 3 dots. Trying to get it on there. But that looks freaking fantastic, guys. So that's all the accessories. So yeah, we're going to take a look at both the Predators side by side and look at the figure itself. And man, here we have our Predators lined up. Well, alien predators and human predators. No, I'm joking. So just to have two other NECA figures, cloth NECA figures side by side with this Mezco and our NECA Predator, you can see that this Predator is actually quite small compared to the previous NECA Jungle Hunter. Color schemes are quite off too, but yeah, height wise, man, he is actually quite shorter than that. And again, the color scheme varies greatly on there. And this is the latest Jungle Hunter version, version 3, I want to say, updated with NECA, where they updated some of the paint and some of the stuff on there. Was also slightly colored differently than the previous ones. But yeah, this is the most recent one. With the other ones, we're going to go ahead and take our two fellas out of here. We can see both these side by side, and you can clearly see what I was talking about there with the helmets or the biomask being greatly different color as well. But again, just the height difference on these guys is pretty noticeable. Paint difference on them is a lot different. You can see a lot more of a wash on this Predator here. This one has a more natural kind of dirt, especially with the hair where it looks dirty and stuff like that. I do like the gunmetal a lot more on there. The hoses and stuff like that are a little bit not as predominant on there. The skulls actually have a nice wash on there as well, where they're very, very plain and very extremely clean on this Jungle Hunter as well. The blades sit a lot more predominant on there. Just a more of a gunmetal overall, darker gunmetal on there. So what do you guys think, man? Now we are talking about a $30 figure versus a $100 figure too, so that's a major difference. This one does have the light up plasma cannon plus light up helmet. This one does come with interchangeable hands, not the interchangeable blade, but they do have interchangeable heads as well. Skulls and a human spine, so very similar. But is it that similar to pay that much different? Are we really going to pay that much for a light up figure when we have already seen Laser Shot and the Fugitive Hunter Predator, and now we have the Elder grayback predator with light up helmets. Is it really warranted that much for a collector? Well, for me, as a predator nut, I had to find out. So I'm going to answer you. I'm probably going to say no at this moment in time. Will this predator be on my primary desk and stuff like that? Probably posed looking badass. Yeah. There's just too many of these to kind of pick. But man, just like if I had to only have one, I'd probably rather get this one and maybe two other predators, even the accessory pack, versus just one this. Especially if I'm going to scale other alien stuff as well. This guy's already at a disadvantage, man. Neko Xenomorph is going to crush you, brother. Look how tall it is to you, man. You've already had a disadvantage, man. Now you're getting dunked on. And head swap is not possible either. Not easily. I know it can be done. Go ahead and switch out. So yeah, the neck is going to be much smaller. And again, I want to do one last comparison with these two guys, and then we're just going to look primary at this one's articulation. Let's get your head on there. Jungle Hunter, just so we can look at that real quick. And now his head does come off extremely easy. It is a bigger ball. Actually, no, we did it wrong. Alright, we took the whole neck. But that's easily fixed in this figure. Like a Marvel Legend or whatever, I would have slapped the camera over and started breathing hard, but easily fixed. Okay, so necklaces came off a little slightly bit, and that leg got a little loose. Alright, so now we have our two predators again, side by side. Moved out these biomass versions, stuff like that. And yeah, you can kind of see we can even kind of match up the faces a little bit more. Go ahead and switch this mandible out, which I showed you how easy that was. And yeah, there we have our two predators face to face, or mouth to mouth. You can clearly see the darkness difference on there as well. So yeah, just let me know, obviously this open mandible one is way extremely detailed, really awesome, stuff like that. But that one's painted actually more accurate. So again, man, in the comments, let me know which one you guys think and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the two NECA Predator and the Mezco Predator side by side. I kind of gave you my thoughts on it. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. So let's finally look at the figure. Finally, let's take a look at the figure. And yeah, man, I do like this figure a lot. I think as an individual figure itself, it is really detailed, really cool. Definitely feels and looks like a collector's item when you get it out the box, when you undo all the packaging and dig everything out and stuff like that. There's a lot that you get for your buck. It's just, when you compare it to something similar that is so close, stuff like that. We see that a lot, like the NECA, like the Playmates, Turtles, and stuff like that. You're looking, at a $20 figure versus a $40 figure, etc. Stuff like that. If you connect in like a Mezco to a Hot Toys, that's a whole nother ballpark. So yeah, I'm comparing a $30 figure to a $100 figure. And some things I feel are better on the $30 figure. It's just plain as that. One thing, again, last time I'll bring another Predator figure out before we talk about that. Fugitive Hunter, closer gunmetal colors on there and stuff like that. But I just want to bring him out because he also has a light up helmet. You've probably seen me talk about on there. This is the Fugitive Hunter with the Lab Escape Hunter kind of combined. I switched their heads. Is what the easiest way to do it, I should say. So yeah, here we have our Jungle Hunter, and you saw I just took his face off, hit a switch to get it on there. While the Lab Escape, I just basically pushed the button on the side of his head firmly, and he lights up like that. You can see that's lit up, right? Hit some lights. Lean over, hit two lights. So yeah, y'all can see lights on here. But it was just the way that you light them up. So again, with the Fugitive Hunter, I'm just pushing a little button right there. His lights are off. While this Predator actually got a peel off his mask, which is not hard to do. It's a magnet. Just pull it off and plop it out like that. I didn't even get it. So yeah, it's just again a price difference and a functionality difference on there as well. All right, so back to looking at the figure and stuff like that. This is the head I will probably have on it for the most part. I don't have a problem with the other head like I've seen some other people do. I think it's fine. I do wish there was a little bit of wash on the skulls, so that they are a little bit too clean for me. I might swap them out and just see how that looks on there. But things that I do love on here, I do love that all this netting and mesh fishnets is actually actual real cloth that is not attached really to anything. It's not attached to these armor plates and stuff like that. So you actually doesn't heed movement at all on there as well. I love these soft dreads on him. It makes it real easy to move and kind of pose and stuff like that as well. I do like the gunmetal on him a little bit better. It's a little bit darker and stuff like that in a lot of places. Now, things I don't like on it, I don't like that he's shorter than the other one. That's the easy one. I don't like the lack of wash on the bones. I just said that. The wrist computer does open. Go ahead and show you that now. It's not as brightly painted by any means as the other ones, but it is detailed in there, so you can see the components for the wrist computer. Just not as bright as the other Jungle Hunter, but you do have detail on top as well. That does look really good. This line cloth is fabric, so that does even not as it doesn't have the staining as the other one. Well, part of the butt. It does look nice on there as well. The only other thing I don't really care for on this figure is this kind of paint where they have this on this arm. Like the face being slightly off is a different kind of look at it, but this paint, it seems weird. It's supposed to be like a predator skin or something like that, like a texture on it, but it just looks like body hair. It's a weird kind of paint lines on there. Just looks like arm hair. I don't understand why they did that. But yeah, like I said, overall, I really do like this figure a lot. I've been waiting to open this guy a lot. This is my go-to classic Predator look. So I definitely wanted them to do this figure right. And overall, I think they did. You know, I don't regret getting it at all. And I hope that you enjoyed watching it and maybe seeing the comparison, and maybe if you have one or the other and stuff like that, let me know what you guys think as well in the comments. And yeah, let's take out the way how he can move. Articulation, his neck and his head is on two different joints, so you can actually get a good range of head motion on there. Really good. And like I said, those dreads are really soft, so very, very posable head and neck on this Predator. So yeah, you can get some targeting. You just gotta make sure you turn it on and off as well. Arm rotation, this arm can go all the way around, but again, just like a NECA Predator, we have this hose right here, which will break if you push it too far. So yeah, do that at your own limit. Do have a single jointed wrist with rotation there. There's no bicep swivel on there, so similar to a NECA joint on there. Same thing with the wrist flex on there. There's like no little ab crunch in there, not much at all, not much back and forward. Waist rotation is not going to happen. That's not going to happen without breaking these mesh. He can split about that far. This leg did kind of pop out of socket earlier, and it just came right back in. So again, the more you stretch that, the more you're stretching this netting, and I'm not going to risking it, tearing it, because that's going to really suck. There is no thigh cut. Single jointed knee. Doesn't rotate like the NECA knees do, but you can get about that high. There is a hinge at the ankle where you can rotate the ankle, and he does have peg holes in the middle of his feet. Yeah, So that is the Predator, the Mezco Predator. So what do you guys think, man? Are you going to be picking this guy up, or have you picked up any Mezco figures? This is my third one. This is actually the first one I opened. I have the Moon Knight figure that I've been thinking about flipping. I'm kind of getting away from Marvel Legends. And I have Jason that I've been sitting on forever, that I won't be getting rid of because that's freaking the man himself. I'm going to review it sooner or later. I'm supposed to review it with Toe Butter, and that's still the plan. But yeah, this was the first Mezco I opened and reviewed. And, you know, if it would have been another character, like just a basic character I've already reviewed, or like a Spider-Man or Wolverine, I might have been slightly underwhelmed. But I do think this was a really good presentation of the Jungle Hunter Predator. It looks like the character. I do like the interchangeable face with the interchangeable mandibles. I think that was a cool touch. A light up plasma cutter or something, caster. I'm definitely gonna have fun taking pictures with this character and doing some of that stuff. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And of course, join me for more Predator reviews and stuff like that in the very near future. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care of yourself.